Mermaid, the Dog and the Pirate Stinky Socks. Written and illustrated by me, Amanda Burton. For our beautiful daughters, Freya and Sophia. One day while swimming in the deep blue sea, I saw a pretty mermaid and she waved at me. She was right across the ocean, sitting on a rock, holding up what looked like a stinky pirate sock. I swam across the ocean and was about to say hi, when suddenly we saw a pirate ship sailing by. The mermaid said, "Quick, come with me." She took my hand and we swam out to sea. We swam underwater and the mermaid cast a spell. She gave me a fishtail so I could swim really well. She took me to her kingdom. I couldn't believe my eyes. This was by far the most amazing surprise. The kingdom was golden with lots of shiny jewels, and mermaids were bathing in sparkling rock pools. I then asked the mermaid about the stinky sock. The mermaid giggled and said, "I picked a lock." The lock of a pirate ship sailing on the sea. There were 17 pirates on board, all as sleepy as can be. I asked why the pirate sock and not the pirate treasure. Then she said to me that socks bring her pleasure. She also explained that treasure just brings hassle. Then she took me to a treasure chest down inside the castle. The mermaid unlocked the treasure chest with a golden key. She lifted up the heavy lid and then she looked at me. The treasure chest was full to the brim with stinky pirate socks. The mermaid smiled at me and flicked her silky locks. I then asked the mermaid what exactly was her plan. She then explained to me just how the sock collection began. She was swimming close to the seashore, hiding behind some rocks, when she saw lots of humans, all without their socks. This made the mermaid sad, and so she decided she would lend a helping hand. Then later on that evening she saw a pirate ship, which was perched upon the sand. All of the 17 pirates were sleeping off their grog, so the mermaid asked for the help of a friendly pirate dog. The dog went off to check that all 17 pirates were sleeping, and that none of the pirates were laid awake and sneakily peeping. While the mermaid set to work trying to pick the lock, the dog began to pull off sock after sock after sock. The mermaid was then able to set the pirate dog free, and so he was no longer bound to a life sailing on the sea. The dog then brought the socks from the ship down to the sand, when the mermaid asked if he would like to lend a hand. The mermaid then giggled and said, "Sorry, I meant, would you like to lend a paw?" Then they gathered up the socks which were lying on the floor. They jumped into the water and they both began to swim. The mermaid said to the dog, "Let's dive in." So they dived into the water and the mermaid cast a spell. She gave the dog a fishtail so he could swim really well. The mermaid asked the pirate dog if he would be her very own pet. The dog looked at the mermaid and right then his mind was set. He wagged his tail, wiggled his nose, and then he woofed with joy. The mermaid whispered softly, "You're such a lovely boy." The mermaid and the dog made collecting socks their mission, taking stinky pirate socks without asking permission. They took them away to clean and then left them along the shore. This way those poor humans would have bare feet no more. This made the pirates grumpy, having to search for their socks, looking for the mermaid under waves and behind rocks. She also had their pirate dog, and this made them very unhappy, for who would guard their pirate treasure and answer to the name of Snappy? The mermaid was crafty, and while the pirates sang, "Ooh-ar!" she climbed aboard their pirate ship and left grog in an open jar. The pirates would then drink the grog and soon fall fast asleep, allowing the mermaid and her dog to slip socks from their stinky feet. The mermaid finished her story, and then she took me back to land. There we saw some people paddling along the sand. I explained to the mermaid, "Those people, they're not poor. They've taken off their socks so they can paddle along the shore." The mermaid blushed and said, "Oh dear, what a big mistake. I must return the sock to the pirates. I hope it's not too late." She began to whistle loudly and her dog suddenly appeared. She said, "Oh, my faithful friend, we must visit Captain Redbeard." Captain Redbeard couldn't believe his eyes. When he spotted the mermaid, it sure was a surprise. She was climbing up the ladder of old Rusty Jack. He called to the mermaid, "Have you brought Snappy back?" The mermaid said, "I was hoping you would let me keep him. I'm sorry that I took your socks while you were sleeping." Captain Redbeard laughed and asked, "Why would I let you do that?" The mermaid promised that she would find him a pirate cat. Captain Redbeard was fond of cats. He preferred one to a dog. Then the mermaid handed over the socks and lots of pirate grog. The mermaid set to work looking for a friendly cat, especially one which would look good wearing a pirate hat. One evening, when the mermaid was sitting above the bay, she saw a little cat who just happened to be astray. The little cat meowed and the mermaid said hello. She told the cat about her plan and the cat was ready to go. So they dived into the water and the mermaid cast a spell. She gave the cat a fishtail so she could swim really well. The mermaid took the mercat along to the pirate ship. She was introduced to Redbeard and it was an instant hit. Then the mermaid cast a spell to make the cat's fishtail disappear. The cat jumped into Redbeard's lap and all 17 pirates cheered. Ooh-ar!